What's up, team? Welcome to the Huddle, your weekly playbook where you gain forward progress in your flooring career. I mess up this intro every week, but I got a good excuse. We're live from TISE, baby. Thank you for joining us. For our new viewers, welcome to the team. Today, just like we promised, we're going to shoot live from TISE. So we got, obviously, as always, we got Daniel and Jose Gonzalez. And we got Jose. Jorge. Sorry, Jorge. Georgie. Jorge. As you guys know, Jorge runs one of the episodes on the podcast for our Spanish viewers. He does a great job. Jorge, how was your trip in?
It was fun. I'm glad to be here. Everybody's excited. There's a lot of commotion with the competition. We got people from the other side of the pond.
Yeah.
From England. So they're here to compete. We got our CFI people. We got IU Pat. So it's pretty exciting. Everybody's excited to see the competition.
A lot of people, different representation in the competition from different, some people are really heavy into a certain training entity like
Yes.
CFI or OPAT, right?
IUPAT.
So you got different representations. And like you said, we even got people from across the pond.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we got the union, which is IUPAT, CFI, which is here, residential, commercial. And then we have got FCICA. We got the guys from across the pond.
Yeah.
NFIC. We got so many people, and it's pretty exciting.
That's awesome. Jose, what's going on, brother? Jose had a great idea before the podcast, and I got to tell you guys this. So we're going to have people pull from our little bowl here, and they are going to answer whatever random question he came up with out of his brain. So bear with us. This is the disclaimer, but yeah. So Jose had the idea. Where'd you come up with that? What'd you do today that like sparked this thought?
Sometimes you just show up and the ideas just flow in. And I have no clue what's part. I was like, it'd be funny just to have like a random question generator, right? But you can't just have that because where we're at, it's got to be kind of specific.
Yeah.
So that was, it's just like, hey, what do you think of when you're 2 minutes to going live? You just think of something that's going to take a half hour to do.
Yeah.
And as you guys see, I'm on my phone down here, but because we don't have all the technology that we usually have in front of us, we're just trying to make sure that we're still reaching the audience that we're used to reaching.
Yeah. So fun stuff. Want to do a quick shout out to our sponsors. Daniel's over here working away. Him and Ashlyn are, by the way, the brains of the operation. I get on here and ramble and talk about nonsense as best as I can. Here we go. We're going to have a first walkthrough. Yes. So we had our first walkthrough, and Jose owes me $500. Thank you. Yeah, he bet me no one walked through, and look, within the first 3 minutes, we had a walkthrough. So
you would think that one of the people with the highest IQ probably in the building would recognize that.
Yeah, he's a genius, by the way.
Just I guess street smarts is skips generations. So.
All right. So quick shout out to our sponsors. We're going to kick this up here. Make sure to, take notice of who sponsors us, who really supports what we're doing here in the flooring industry. We got Ardex, we got Go Carrera, Preferred Flooring, QEP, Novalis, Henry Adhesives, Divergent Adhesives. Shout out to Sunny, FCICA, the Summit. Hey, make it to the summit, by the way. Just a quick shout out to the summit. That's February 17th through the 19th in Dalton, I believe, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, so make it down there. That is going to be really, if you're an installer, that one's going to be super focused on installation. So we got the Floor Tool Store, Roberts, and I can't read. Reach Social.
Professional social media.
There you go.
We learned a thing or two from
scan the QR code, go check out our sponsors, and if you get a chance to buy from them and tell them we sent you. So, all right.
Also, I learned today that you can screenshot that and then long press the QR code, and it'll take you to the website. I was 8 years old when I learned that.
today years old. Yeah. So we are going to bring in some guys from the competition. Jorge, thanks for joining. Pull a quick question.
All right, we're gonna have some quick questions for these guys, and who's gonna be we're gonna have our first person, Tyler Elliott.
Let's have
The question is training important and why? Tell us why. You could sit down in my spot.
Yeah, have a seat. What's your name?
Tyler Elliott.
Hey, Tyler, Paul Stewart.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to the Huddle.
Yeah.
All right, so you got your first question. We're gonna hit this off with that icebreaker. What is training important and why?
Is training important? Well, I've
Our
been doing
camera's
this,
up
I've been
there,
doing
just
this
so you know.
18 years, and I tell you what, like just when you think you know it all, you're learning new stuff every day. And just like at a competition like this, I mean, you really know, you know, there is new things and new opportunities, and training is so important.
One of the
So-
cool things I noticed at the competition was the different approaches the guys are taking to the booths. And you can really see, I mean, they're all appropriate. It's just different approaches to each, method, so to speak. So you don't, do you guys pick up on that when you guys are competing out there? Or are you just so focused on what you're doing that you're just kind of laser focused on getting your stuff done?
Yeah, I tried not to focus on the other competitors because there's more than one right way to do things, and it's like sometimes it's what works for you, if it, especially when it creates the same end result. Just like I work with my family. I work with 6 other guys that have my last name in Minnesota, so it's just like we all do things different, so it's
Yeah,
like,
well, that
but,
comes
like,
with
learning the right
experience.
thing is important. I like to do things the right way, so I mean, training is very important to me.
Yeah, a lot of the things we try to talk about on the Huddle is like building that good foundation with good education and training, and then those tricks and techniques that you guys pick up on. And what you were just talking about, y'all have the same last name, and you probably do little tweaks differently on each one. So that's pretty cool. Give me a a really good what went right today and what did you struggle with?
What went right today? Well, I got off to a really good start. I got my 45s perfect. I got my double ovals swung perfect. I got everything was going good off the bat, and I think I'm just trailing a little bit behind of where I thought it would be. So
did you keep all your members? Did you cut anything, scratch anything real good? You kept all your digits?
Yeah, I had one little mess up where my scribe actually bounced. It moved on me. I thought I had it tight, but it moved, so I had to replace them pieces. So, I mean, things happen like that. I mean,
yeah.
I have 18 years experience, but these guys we're going up against, some of them have 25 years experience. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's a blessing to be here, but it's also kind of eye-opening.
Yeah.
It's like these guys are really good.
Yeah.
And they're really, you can tell that they've had training, I feel like.
Amen. So. Most important question, you having fun?
Absolutely, man.
Awesome.
It is such a blessing to be here.
Awesome. Tyler, thanks for joining us, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
for having me.
Hey, good luck, brother. Good luck.
Hey, appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
How's it going, man?
Hey, what's up?
Justin Lopez.
Justin?
Tell everyone.
How you doing?
Again.
I'm Justin Lopez, aka the Floor Doctor, on YouTube. I make a few little videos I got. Other than that, I'm just here on this competition, testing my skills and seeing where I can take it home.
Showing your skills.
Showing my skills and testing them.
So I didn't ask the previous guest, Tyler, but which booth are you working on?
I'm working on the LVP.
LVP booth.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Pull a question. We're going to break the ice with a little question out of there. Who knows what it's going to be? Again, disclaimer. Jose came up with every question.
What is the biggest threat to the flooring industry in the next 3 to 5 years? That's a good question. I don't know. I'm really thinking that, this, I don't know if you've seen how they make screens and the whole screen changes colors and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that's going to be on the floors pretty soon. And before you know it, you can be walking on whatever
Like LED
picture.
lights?
Yeah, like like it could be a picture of a lake or picture of something.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that might change the industry because as soon as you go that direction and everybody sees that, they're going to want it.
Yeah.
And that's going to just take out the wood look. I mean, you'll have a wood look if you want, you'll have a carpet look if you want, or a tile look.
You
And that's the
know,
only thing I could think of that I think would take me out.
so I'll push back on that because I think what's going to happen is if that was like the trend, I think it'd be a trend because you know what is great about flooring is the feel.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
why is hardwood still around?
Yeah.
Like it's way more expensive than LVP,
Right.
right?
It's just the natural product, I'm assuming.
It
the,
just
the look,
it's
the
the
smell,
realness of it.
like
Like
a linoleum. The smell of linoleum for some reason.
I mean, you can
everywhere I
walk
install
on
it,
wood and know you're walking on
people's
wood
are- yeah.
versus
Oh, exactly. Right.
LVP,
Yeah,
right?
it's
So
solid.
like it's the fact that you have a different feel
Yeah.
underfoot of the surface
Right.
and carpet. You can't really ever get that with LED lights. So we're gonna be around a bit, baby.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna take us out. What else do you think? Labor, anything like that?
I don't know. Like when I think about that, it's kind of hard to, like, if it was a robot, to teach a robot to do what we do, because it's like,
Yeah.
I don't see I mean, I don't know. I'm not a tech guy either, or what I mean, I'm only a floor layer. So
Yeah, I think we're far down on that list too.
yeah.
You know, one of the things that I always consider when that question comes up a lot in the huddle, actually.
Yeah.
But don't you think it's got to be bringing up the next generation and making sure we're properly trained as a good foundation and reinforcing the skilled labor as a career. I was talking to a guy on the way here in my Uber driver, and the conversation was about when my dad was a skilled labor. So he was a painter, a professional painter. That generation,
Yep.
the skilled labor, the breadwinner could work, mom could still stay home.
Yeah.
And you could still afford a house. Like
Yeah.
that's not necessarily the skilled labor is slipping out of the middle class.
No,
That
it
was a
is.
middle class job. And we're working on the huddle to get it back there. And I think it is like it's a good job. It may, and I'm not saying like from an earning perspective, I'm talking about more from the way people perceive it. And as long as we can get continue to bring in good quality people and get them trained up as an industry, and people like you teaching the next generation.
I am a second generation. My father was a floor layer. All my families are floor layers. All my buddies I went to high school, I got them in the trades. So I'm just surrounded by floor layers. And I was a tech rep for 3 years. I could talk floors all day long.
Yeah.
But
sounds like you're not the. This isn't the last time.
no.
Yeah.
I'm going to be around this industry. I mean, even when I retire, I got like 7 more years. I'll probably retire. I'm in the union. So I got 25 years in the union, but I had like I said, since I was knee high, my pops took me to work here, bring my tools, and started as a carpet layer for the first 13. Now I'm doing hard surface for the last probably 15. So I did so much carpet, I got tired of it. And then I had to get into hard surface, and now I'm doing hard surface. Now I'm looking for challenges. So I'm doing these things because I just want to keep my skills up, see what I'm competing against, and not only that, but like you said, and I want to teach too. That's why I make my YouTube videos, just to help whoever's out there, to give them some pointers on what's going, on how to install a few different.
Well, that's
things.
a great way to help out. I mean, this people learn from those things.
Oh, yeah.
Like we learn better today from video than we ever have in history.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. It's been around longer,
Yeah.
but used to, they thought that was an ineffective teaching method. Nowadays, it's very effective.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Great.
So give me a quick.
Yep, I was gonna tell him to plug his stuff.
Yeah. So go ahead and plug your stuff.
I'm the floor doctor on YouTube. I'm still building up my. I still gotta get my Instagram and the Facebook, all that going. Like I said, I'm not very tech savvy, so I have my wife and my kids kind of pushing me. Hey,
there you go.
Get on TikTok.
Kids will get you.
Yeah, so I'm just like, well, help me. But I still work all day too. And I do my 8 hours a day still. So by the time I get home, I get a little burnt out. But my family, we're on a boxing gym too. So my father, my brother, are coaching boxing. So we're always busy. But every time I get a little chance, I try to.
That's an unfair advantage, the way you guys crawl around.
Oh yeah, you do.
No, that's a question. I'm just gonna add to the boxing thing with that unfair advantage with the callous knuckles.
Oh yeah.
It's like having rocks in there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Gives me a
so
harder punch.
so real quick, how'd it go for you today? How do you
You
feel?
know, I feel,
It started, and how you feel
I
you're
felt
standing
good
right
when
now?
I felt good when I got going. But you always step back and you look and you start picking yourself apart. So there's a few little things that I might want to clean up tomorrow. But other than that, I think I'm good on my timing. Tomorrow I just got to work on my riser, the step. So it gives me enough time to deal with that, get that completed, and then jump down to the little touch up things and make sure all of my lines are erased, wiped down, make
Yeah.
sure everything's clean by the end of
Beautify
it.
the job, which
Yeah,
we all should do. All of us installers need to stand back, look at our job, and pick up those little details that we need to clean up at the end of the day. All right, last question, man. Hey, are you having fun?
I'm enjoying it, man. I'm having a really good time. I did the carpet one year and a half ago. I came in second place. So this one, I'm hoping to get first. But like I said, it's just fun to do. And whatever I place, it's fun going against. I know I got a tough challenge. All these guys we're going against are good, skilled guys. So it's nice to go against people who are skilled and take their craft serious like I do.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining
man, I
us.
appreciate it.
Best
Thank
of luck
you.
in the competition.
Thank you, man. Nice meeting you guys.
Yeah, you
Right
too.
on, brother.
Well, guys, it sounds like the competition's going pretty well.
does.
Going pretty crazy.
We got the family.
All right, we got a family.
Family here.
What's up, guys? My name is Paul.
Good to meet you. I'm Alan.
Alan,
Nice to meet you, Paul.
what's your name?
Weston.
Weston and Alan.
You can just put it right up here, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it in there.
All right. So you guys competed today?
Yes, sir.
All right. What'd you compete in?
In the carpet division.
Yeah. I need to get that microphone up to his drop. Yeah.
In the carpet division.
Nice. So how's it starting off?
Oh, it's going good. I'm a little bit behind pace. I've got part of my sewing done. The upper level's close. My pad work was pretty good. My border's done. I'm stretching in.
So you're on the upper level,
Yeah, I'm on the upper
finishing
level.
that one.
I still have some sewing to do on my step going up to the upper level, and the entire lower level still to do.
All right. You
Got-
feel good about timing?
Uh,
This is a timed event for everybody. Like, this is not the pressure's on. It's not only about doing a great job. These guys are under a lot of pressure to finish on time. And in previous competitions, there's always been at least one person, maybe in both categories even, that didn't quite finish everything. So
you have to give something up somewhere if you're behind. So
yeah.
I got a few little issues to work through, but I'm gonna think about it tonight, and I'm gonna work through it tomorrow.
Where are you guys out of?
Alabama.
Alabama.
Yep.
Are you helping?
Yeah.
Are you helping?
Yeah.
So are you gonna follow your dad's footsteps in the trade?
Yep.
Have you been-
So I'm a follow his footsteps, and I might just play football too while I'm at it.
There you go.
Play football for the school at Smith Station,
Sweet. What
Alabama.
position?
defensive end.
All right. And who's your favorite pro team?
Pro team. Oh man.
This putting you on the spot.
Say it.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Amen, brother. So I know my these are my boys. Jose and Daniel are from Michigan, so they're Detroit fans, which I root for Detroit on the NFC side, but I'm a Kansas City Chief. I'm from Wichita, Kansas, and so go Chiefs.
Yep.
All right. So what did anything take you by surprise today? Any of the anything more difficult than you thought it might be?
Not really more difficult, but there's just some little nuanced things that are just need some tweaking, or you have to, or I feel like you have to do certain things before you proceed on to the next thing. So I've got 2 or 3 things going at once and trying to use my time the best I can, like with latex drying and pad glue drying, or just trying to take my time and do good pad work and pattern layout and different things. There's all kinds of little nuanced things that you really don't think of, and you kind of feel like you get yourself caught, so you can work through it, or if you have a little problem.
And some of that
something,
stuff you discover along the way.
That's right.
Yeah.
You discover it along the way, and you just kind of slow down just a touch, work yourself through it, get you a plan of action, and just go for it.
And you kept all your digits, no major cuts. All right.
Systematic.
That's right. Just systematically all the way through. I already have a good idea how I'm going to do it, but with the pattern work and then the different types of carpet, there's just little nuanced things that you have to do just a touch different. Yeah, just a little touch different.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us
Yes, sir.
today, guys. Great.
Good to see you.
Good luck on the competition. Good luck in football.
Thank you.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
You're gonna do the next.
He can. I'm the behind the scenes guy.
Okay. Well, we'll do it this other direction.
You're doing a good job, Paul.
So Paul just decided to give him a microphone because he feels bad because he's doing all the talking, but I'm doing a lot of listening right now. And what I'm hearing from everybody so far is that the competition is going good. He said, it's systematically, right? Approach it systematically. So, and I think that with having my brother in the competition and my sister here a couple times, what I heard from them and everybody else is you go in with the plan. And as soon as you veer from that plan just a little bit, it does throw you off. So anybody thinking about joining next year, make sure that stick to your plan, adjust quickly.
All right. Here you go. What's your name?
My name is Hugo Gutierrez.
Hugo.
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
What
Nice
are
to
you?
meet you. My second time.
You been on the podcast?
No,
you're
no.
okay.
Competing.
I was like, I don't remember. Well, great to have you on. Welcome to the Huddle.
Good to be on.
And so you're doing the resilient
Carpet,
Oh,
pattern carpet.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So we're gonna have you pull a question,
Okay.
and we're gonna do an icebreaker. So just whatever you pull, you just answer the question.
Do I ask the question too?
Yeah, go ahead and read the question, or I can read it if it's really bad handwriting. What booth has the best snacks? Okay, so you probably have.
Well, I mean,
So-
yeah, but I don't consider it a booth. But I guess that's the only one I have visited so far.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough question for a guy that's been
Do I pick another
installing
one?
all day.
Yeah.
All right, so anything take you by surprise today? Like once you got started, they give you a drawing, right?
Correct.
So you got to follow the drawing and then put that booth together. So anything take you by surprise?
The actual mock-up, it has a step in there, and on the plan, it shows it, square off straight, but here the nosing comes out, a couple inches, so that changes the whole game because now they wanted waterfall, so now that just throws everything.
Yeah. So you could look at a set of drawings with a
Yes,
plan.
Yeah, but
Yeah. And being a commercial contractor myself, I look at drawings all day.
right.
This is what happens.
Exactly.
Like you get a set of drawings, you get to the site, and it's just a little bit different that changes the whole plan.
Right. I mean, everything looks good in paper, right? So you get to the actual job site, and it looks a little different. I think that's the case here, but yeah, it just makes the competition, even better.
Yeah. Where are you out of?
Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area,
Nice.
Concord, California.
Awesome. And do you work for a company? You want to plug
Yes.
anybody?
Golden State Contract Flooring.
Awesome.
Yeah, been working there for quite a
I
bit.
think they competed here last year too. if I
Actually,
remember.
it was me. Actually, we had two. It was myself and then the guy that won the Resilient, the LVP.
Yeah,
Hassan.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, but then he won, and then he got out for another position, a job. So
Oh yeah.
bigger.
Well, there you go. You win the competition. You get a upgrade.
Oh, that was James, right?
No, actually, James, that was on the carpet, but Hassan as well. Yeah.
Oh, both of them.
Yeah, his old boss wanted to claim him back. Like, okay, all of a sudden.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Right.
All right. So, tell me, was there anything? Obviously, the drawing being different than the booth was a little bit of a surprise. As you got into it and you was laying, did you have any struggles? Did anything go like? I don't want to say wrong, but was there any adjustments you had to make as you were installing? Like, oh, that isn't going to work, or I got to do this a different way.
Probably not an adjustment yet. I did have second thought myself, on something that I did that actually noticed that nobody else did what I did. So that kind of made me feel like, am I doing it wrong?
Or are you doing it? Are you the only one doing it right? Or are you doing
exactly. So just trust the Lord and say, well, just gonna move forward, leave it as is, and let the men win. Yeah.
Are you feeling good about the timing?
The timing?
You gonna finish
honestly,
on time?
I feel a little bit behind, but I think but then again, every time I have competed, it's been the same case where I feel behind, and somehow I just end up finishing right on time. So I'm hoping that that's the case as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You look confident. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
And yeah, we'll have to have you back on the huddle again, my man.
All right, Paul. Thank you.
All right.
It's been good.
Appreciate it.
All right. All right. You guys have a good one. Thank you. All right.
Yo, so everybody, it's like there's some pressure, man. It sounds like everybody's running pretty tight on time. They feel confident they're gonna finish, but at the same time, they're like right at the end.
Well, I think typically on a project, you're not being timed by days and being forced to take specific breaks. Like everything is strategic to try to replicate real life situations, but not really real life. But the time is ticking. You do have a window you have to get it done in. If you personally feel like you're behind, it's because you're competing with yourself, right? Like you know that you can do it. Like he said, I started looking, there was something different and I'm second guessing myself.
Yeah.
Am I doing it wrong?
And
Or
that
are they
starts to
doing it
take
wrong?
time and
Right.
and cause you to slow down a little bit going
Hey,
forward sometimes.
minutes matter, right, brother? Minutes
Amen.
matter.
Amen.
Mr. Sonny in the house.
So Mr. Sonny's with us.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us, man. What's going
Happy to
on?
be here. Happy to be here. Appreciate you guys having an event here at TISE.
Yeah.
It's a perfect place to have it.
We love shooting from here. It's one of the most energy filled podcasts we do every year. It's just like, and this year getting to interview some of the contestants, that's
Oh,
like
that's
awesome.
great. I didn't realize you were able to do that. That's great.
Yeah. So getting to know what they're going through mentally in there. Cause I mean,
I couldn't do it. Sorry.
Daniel's telling you to eat the mic. So so we got to have you pull a question and you're
All
going
right.
to answer it. This is going to be a little icebreaker that
All right.
Jose came up with that I think is a brilliant idea.
I'm a Leo. I like long walks on the beach. Oh.
Turn it.
There we go. Okay. No, the question is, why should I attend TISE?
Nice
Which
question.
is a fantastic question that we've all been talking about all day. It's, we talk about CFI, we talk about all these associations that are out there. And the reason we push them is because of the relationships you're going to build at these groups. We can all have social media relationships. We can talk people on the phone, but nothing beats shaking somebody's hand, give them a hug, talking to them, catching up about the year. So for me, it's just the camaraderie. I mean, everything out there that's for sale, I've seen, right?
Yeah.
Maybe there's some new tools here and there, but I come for the people, right? Get to spend time with you guys. And, again, you can only do so much on the phone and on social media.
Yeah. This
So
is like
based
the convention brotherhood. You know what I mean? Like
That's
I
right.
see you probably 2, maybe 3 times a year. And every time I see you, it's like I didn't miss seeing you. You know what I mean? Like it's like I seen you last week.
Yep.
And that's the cool thing about the fellowship that you create when you're coming to the events. Again, shout out to February 17th through the 19th
That's right.
is the summit.
Mhm.
It's in Dalton. Sonny, and
be
you want to tell us a little
be
bit
there. Great.
more
Yeah.
about that, Sonny?
Yeah. So it's our second annual summit that Unite and NAFCT is putting on together. This year, we're going to have the honor of having the Huddle do a live broadcast from the event, talk
Yeah.
about some things with the audience, have people call in, whatever we need to do, have the questions like we do, but it's going to be interactive. We tried to do it before, but we ended up just having a conversation at the end of the event, but we didn't quite get the feedback that we wanted.
Yeah.
So having you guys here and having it be interactive, I think it's going to be really
Well, and that venue
much
plays
more.
very well for that type of a setting. I'm really excited about that because, bringing people in and these conversations, this is what's fun. This is what makes us do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
That's right.
And that particular, just the setting of that venue allows for an audience to be there and ask questions, and our live viewers online can ask questions. And I think that's really going to be a special podcast. So I'm looking forward to that.
So
So
I'm looking forward to it. When we first started planning this, it was one of the first things we said we wanted to do. So that's why we reached out to you guys, and it's we're looking.
forever to give you an answer.
Well, that's all right. You did take forever, but at least you said yes, so that's okay.
So
it's
what can we look forward to at the summit? What do you guys got?
So we're going to have it at the Dalton Convention Center again. That's where we had it last year as well. But the big draw that we have for this year that I think everyone it's worth going just to see this person is Bob Higgins. So a lot of people know the name Bob Higgins. He is the name when it comes to concrete in our industry. He is an expert. He can talk about moisture in concrete, the admixes of concrete, what really causes moisture related failure, because it's more than just moisture moving to the top.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm really looking forward to him. Usually when he's on stage, I'll sit down and just listen. I won't be working. He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
Right. So we're looking forward to that. We have a lot of other speakers. We have a lot of great speakers. We have some average speakers, but I'm going to try my best. We're going to talk about complaints versus claims. That's a real misunderstanding with contractors out there. I feel like there's somebody behind me doing something.
No, not quite yet.
Okay.
but I can't tell if someone's been holding bunny ears behind me the whole time, so we're good.
Again, we just built on the success we had last year. Got even more presenters in, tried to squeeze a couple more in. We have plant tours available for Monday.
Cool.
Adhesive plant, engineered floors, a tufting company, a couple others that we're trying to get lined
So
up.
bottom line, get involved and get to Dalton.
That's right. Get involved.
Amen. So did you get to check out the competition? Like as they were going?
I didn't get it until later.
You'll catch it up tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, it looks pretty intense. So it sounds like from all the contestants that they ran across some challenges and some different stuff. Those booths every year, they have curveballs and stuff.
That's right.
And so it's been interesting talking to the contestants and the competitors, I should say, about like some of the challenges. It's been real cool. So
I like to think I'm a pretty good installer, right? My background's installation. I can train installers. I can, help them learn how to do this. I could not do that.
Yeah.
There's no way. My nerves wouldn't take it. I'm not built that way, and I would not enjoy that.
Yeah, I don't like it when a homeowner would stand over me watching. I can't imagine that right there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Sonny, I appreciate you sitting in with us. Look forward to seeing you in February.
Yes, sir.
And as always, thanks for your support with the Huddle. Yeah. And we will chat with you soon.
Thanks, man. Love you guys. You know I do.
Thanks, brother.
Yep.
Sonny's our homie. He's our homie. He always makes time for us no matter where we're at, what we're doing.
Sonny's our OG.
Hi.
Hi, CJ.
How's it going?
Good. How's the show going for you?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That was premature.
Thank you.
How's the show going?
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's been a really busy day today.
So you've been around this area by the competition and kind of, so what have you been doing today?
So our booth is over here by the competition. A lot of people have been coming through to see what was going on at the competition. A lot of people coming to say hello at our booth and learn about our certification that FCICA offers and CFI certifications. It's been good.
Good.
Yeah.
So in particular with the FCICA's certification, we're talking about SIM, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So SIM is Certified Installation Manager, but it's really broader than the name implies. We've had some guys go through it in the past, and it's really project management, like intense project management training, sales training, like there's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think the benefit that I see, because both of us are Sims, and it's just the really little things that you can do and organize yourself in order to just
Properly plan.
Yeah, properly plan. It's being organized, and they just give you those little secrets that you're like, I should have done that, and that's worth its weight right there.
Yeah.
Like we say, even if you just learn one thing at a certification, that's worth it. And just that one little tidbit, it's more than that, but that one little thing is definitely worth it.
That's probably one of the things that, as the Huddle, I know a large part of our audience is our installers. Installers can benefit from being a sim. I firmly believe that when I was installing, I wasn't good or fast because I could cut a seam faster or I could weld faster. It was all about organizing the project and setting it up right. And that's some of the organizational skills that you learn through sim. So if you're a good installer and maybe you're going to take that next step and start your own business installing, or you're going to even take the next step and become a flooring company, full service, sim training is almost a prerequisite to the success. It'll cut out a lot of pain and misery. So
Shed some light on why
Yeah.
we've had them taking this.
Yes.
So a good show so far.
Yeah.
And we talked to the competitors. Some of them are a little bit nervous. Some of them show a lot of confidence, which we love to see, but a little bit of nervousness about timing and everything. Can you imagine the pressure those guys are going through with? I mean, I looked at the walkway earlier and it was packed.
It was.
Too deep.
Yep.
All the way across.
Yeah. It's
and
like a
all those
fishbowl.
eyes watching you.
Mhm.
Yeah, like a fishbowl.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I don't know what a parallel to that would be outside of this situation, but I can only imagine their nerves and they're still trying to win this thing.
Right. Yeah.
So what's the best thing going on for you guys? What's the best thing? You know what? We haven't had her pull a question. You have to pull a question.
All right.
Pull a question. We'll see what you get, and then you got to answer it. And then
Oh, this is 2 questions.
It's one I got it.
Oh, wait, JK. What's your favorite podcast? The Huddle. That was a great question.
as a rhetorical. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, and best of luck on the rest of the show.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right. Thanks, CJ.
Yep.
All right, so we got a little bit of a special guest coming in, and we got
Just so you
got
guys know,
we got
that
the
last
new
question,
guy.
I am the
So
shameless
it's
plug.
Ralph Falavina, and I was gonna ask him how to say it, and he already told me how to say it before I even had to ask. Falavina.
Yes, sir. Falavina.
Falavina. Got it.
How are you?
Awesome, man.
Thank you for
Welcome to the Huddle.
First of all, thank you guys for what you do.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
thanks.
so happy to be part of this, and this is surreal.
Yeah.
I've never experienced. I've been coming to TISE surfaces for a long time, and to be here with my brothers, it's awesome. It's really, it's humbling. So thank you, but thank you guys for what you do as well. Yep.
Yeah, we love it, and we love having insights from industry leaders. And speaking of that, you're the new leader at CFI, and so a couple of quick questions before we get into that. You got a chance to check out the competition. What do you think?
Artistry,
dude. They are killing it.
I'm thinking, how the hell would I do that?
Yeah.
I got to watch what I say here, right?
No, it's not PG. I'd say we're about PG-13.
Hey guys, we're all floor guys, right?
That's right. We don't watch it that close.
Okay, good.
So yeah, artistry is a good way to put it.
I agree. I mean, you got to be very methodical, and you got to think about what you're doing, the process. How are you going to achieve what you're doing? And the ones that are spending a lot of time laying it out, drawing it out, they got a good shot. So I'm all of them are doing an outstanding job. Every single one. For you to be here already, you're a winner. If you're here competing, you're already a winner.
Yeah, I mean, so if you don't know, and I'm sure we've said it before on the Huddle, but like they have to go through a regional qualifier, and they have to win that to get to the show. And then there's some prerequisite to even get into the regional. So this isn't just come and give, you say you're good and give yourself, show us what you can do. Like you're already proven in a lot of ways. And so then you're really here competing against the best of all the regions.
Absolutely. This is American Idol for flooring.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And one of the cool things about it, I've yet to meet somebody that's not been through industry standard training
100%.
that's competed in any of these. You know what I mean? Like, you have to build that initial foundation of getting your training and taking the next step, getting certified. And this is what CFI specializes in. And now that you're the leader of CFI, you know the history. You're CFI, right? Like, you're CFI anyway. Tell us a little bit about your vision, just whatever you really want to accomplish. What does success kind of look like in the short term? Like,
Yep,
what do
yeah.
you want to see
Well,
happen?
success for me is, if you think about, you were an installer.
Yep.
Okay. So a conversation when you go to a dealer and ask for work, think about that scenario. You walk in there, you have that conversation with the dealer, someone you've never met, you're cold calling, and you need work. So what do? Hey, I need a job. Are you hiring any installers? What are those qualifying questions? Do you have general liability? Do you have workers' comp? Do you have a vehicle? Do you have tools? Why are we not asking, are you a certified installer? Right? Why are the dealer base not asking that? That's something we have to change. My passion is to change that. We've got to be intentional about training and education. It has to be a qualifying question from the dealer level, right? So, anyways, I say that because for me, CFI has a special place in my heart because I was a carpet installer. I'm second generation. My dad's a great carpet mechanic. You know, we call them mechanics back in the day.
Yeah.
Right? So, but putting food on the table, we do what we do to feed our family. That's what it was. So that's how I got introduced to flooring. I'm going to do this job. It's going to put food on the table for my family, and that's how we're going to live. So I didn't know there was other opportunities until I got exposed to CFI. And fortunately, that was in a younger time in my career. And so weird that Dave Garden was my instructor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And now he works for me. Go figure. So I say that, but there's a lot to that. Anyone who's listening to this podcast right now, if you're an installer and you're just starting out, I'm a perfect example of, if you put into work, you can grow and have a successful career in flooring, no matter where you are.
Mm-hmm.
There's opportunity there. CFI opened my eyes to that opportunity because it wasn't just about craftsmen. Yes, I can do a lot of things. I'm very good with my hands. I have the skill set. What I didn't have at that time was the professionalism, the business, the network, the context, all these things you get from CFI that I got, and it changed my mindset. And I grew and I became successful. That was that pivoting point in my career.
And success can look like getting into maybe a different vertical, maybe not like on your knees installing every day. All three of us, well, all of us here in this podcast at the moment, installed. Like, I started laying carpet out of high school. We still sometimes install, but and then we grew. All of us have our paths that we went to the different levels. I always say I started as an employee installer, then I started subbing, and now I employ 12 in-house employee installers and work somewhere around 60 to 70 subs. So, like, we've seen all these different progressions of the industry, and I didn't have to do this. I mean, I could be a sales rep. I mean, your career path is different. So what I don't want to ever portray to installers that, like, this is a gateway to get to something else, because I also love installing.
100%.
And I could see myself being an installer my entire life and being happy doing it. At the same time, as doors open, if you really leverage what you were just talking about in professionalism and that part of it, doors open and you see those professional pathways that can lead you to other ways if you don't want to install. So I always love to double down on professionalism, attitude, punctuality, dependability, and
100%.
then also exceptional quality. Those are the 5 metrics we track in Go Carrera in our skill score. And that is also the best way for you to keep your eyes open for opportunity that may pop up in the future.
I'll say, I paid a lot of installers a lot of money when I had my workroom. So being an installer is very lucrative. So I've made a ton of money installing floors. So what you guys do is amazing, but it's a lot of work. It's hard work. And I just don't want to be on my knees anymore.
Yeah. No,
disrespect to who does. But look, more power to you. You can make a lot of, it's very beneficial to be an installer right now, especially if you're trained and you're educated. The demand is out there for that.
Yeah. And one of the points I want to make quickly is that you may not want to be on your knees anymore, but your passion is to make the guys that are still wanting to do that. We need to, all of us who have decided to take another path or something, what are we doing here?
That's
right? We're dedicated to making their lives better. Like we talk about that all the time on the Huddle. How do we improve the installer's standard of living? How do we improve their life? And a lot of that is education and getting them tied into the industry and getting the pride back and getting that pay where it needs to be. And that's what we're passionate about. I know CFI is passionate about it, and I can see the passion with you. And I hope that you guys continue on CFI when you guys are planning things that installer standard of living is always at the top front of mind. You know what I mean?
So I hear a lot. We need to stay installer centric. Everything we do is surrounded, all the decisions made are around how does this impact the installer community?
Yeah.
Because that's our base. That's our true base. That's our fundamentals. And if you think about a tree, those are our roots, those are our foundation. And when we make decisions, we need to measure how does this impact our base. And I will fight for the installers. And I want to show them and give them opportunities for growth, however way they want it. So
yeah.
And it's all
we love
responsibility to do that.
One of our taglines at Go Carrera is what's good for the installer is good for the industry. And I believe that. So you guys been sitting over there quiet. We've just been over here talking. What? Jose, you got any? Oh yeah. Ralph, we got to have you pull a question.
Okay. Can I say just one last thing before?
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Or 3 or 4. Innovation is something I'm passionate about, especially working with manufacturing and my involvement there. I wish that we would, when we're thinking about innovative products from a manufacturer standpoint, and let's involve the installation community on the front of that innovation. Let us be supportive to what you're doing, because a lot of times we're creating things and we're not really vetting that through the people that are actually putting those floors down. If we do that on the front side, it can be a very good experience for the installer. So I challenge the manufacturers to think about that, partner with CFI to let us be a voice of reason or give you feedback on how something is put down beforehand. We can sign NDAs, right? But we can do that. And I think we'll go to market with better products that the installers are going to enjoy installing. So
I want to touch on a point and have you also comment on it, but what's the best projects we do is when the architect and the designer get us flooring guys involved early on to make sure the right products are in the right area and we can help them specify the right products. And it's not just picked off of design. And that's really what you're talking about, right? Isn't that?
So a lot of like what I'm comparing that to is the drag and drop, right? Like they have their template, they have the manufacturers that they want to work with, and they have their system already planned out. They click, they drag, they drop, and it might not always be the right product for the right places. We as installers know what's going to perform, what isn't going to perform. We're the ones that come and remove it when it doesn't perform. We're the ones that forewarn everyone, like, all right, I know you have this material specified in this area, but this is what may happen, right? There's no guarantees that it's going to fail. There's no guarantees it's going to succeed, but this is what may happen, and this is why. It may fail in Michigan, but it may hold up in California.
You got a heck of a lot better chance that you get the
The-
installation professional involved in the early side. Just
Yeah.
like what you're talking about, getting the installation professional involved on the early side of product development.
I'm going to give him the mic back too. And getting the installer involved early on is what he said. And he's right. When there is no, when the architect and designer aren't so prideful and they ask the questions up front because they know that they don't know the answer or they know that there is a shaky outcome, ask the installer. Like we want our flooring to succeed. We want it to last. There's no sense in us installing something for it to fail. It makes us look bad. It makes the industry look bad. Next thing you know, the manufacturer looks bad, and now they're cut from that program and they're moving on to the next manufacturer.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that because some of our best projects, our most successful, longest lasting, most happy customers when we get involved early. And I love that thought for CFI getting involved early in the manufacturing process.
Yeah, we could definitely be a resource there, and we can better the industry and go to market with better products that are more installer friendly, right? So those are things that we have to be intentional about that, and we're here to support that cause. So
Awesome. Question
Are
time.
these PG or what?
I'm not sure, man. To be honest with you, man, we had some six-year-olds writing questions and Jose writing questions, so we're not even sure what's on there.
All right. So how do you get your latest flooring news? The Huddle, baby.
That's a great answer. That was a good setup. But I want to give a shout out to Flooring Specialist, Pro Installer Magazine, all these magazines and publications. You can pick these up at your distributors. The CFI has a lot to do with these things, and a lot of the great information that is produced from that is a great way to get it. And of course, the Huddle, baby. Ralph, thanks so much,
Guys,
man.
thank
I'm
you.
so glad that we got to kind of chat and get to know each other a little bit.
You guys gonna get tired of me?
No, we don't never get tired of. Hey, if you're a flooring guy, you're gonna love.
Heck yeah.
You're gonna just love us because at the end of the day, dude, we get together, we rap about not only the issues, but we're gonna throw some controversial stuff out there about how we see things happening, and we like to push back. To me, you can't sharpen a blade without friction,
100%.
and so we need to have a little more friction in the industry. That doesn't mean arguing or infighting, any of that crap. I'm talking about just some friction. Like, hey, here's an idea. Here's my thought, and then somebody else posing their thought.
Right. And I think that's what the Huddle does more than anyone else does is we ask you guys out there, hey, what do you think about this? Hey, what's going on in your installation career? What are you seeing out there?
Yeah.
And then bring that back to us and ask us questions. So that way it's not just us out here saying, hey, this is the best way to do things, because sometimes the way we do things isn't your best way.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
boot and a butterfly in Flash Cove, right?
Yeah.
It's what are you gonna do? But no, absolutely, man. We appreciate you coming out and joining us, and we look forward to the next one because we kind of want to get a little bit in depth on you. And
Yeah. So we're gonna have Ralph on for a full in depth about your past career, all that kind of stuff. So, but I want to end this with, what are you excited about right now at the show? And how's the show going for you personally?
Show's been great. I mean, this right here is a slam dunk. And I mean, you guys were here earlier. You saw the amount of people on this catwalk.
Dude, it was too deep all the way across.
It was insane, right? I couldn't even get up there. It's like, what's going on? And that's great, because you know what? People are starting to pay attention to the installers, right? They're getting the love that they deserve, right? So I love that, and I love to be part of it. And we need to do more of that, right? So we just need to be a little bit more intentional about our regional events. Like, I wish, like, we should have already had that schedule put out. My head's spinning with these ideas of things we got to do better, right? And you can always do better. The day you say you got it all figured out, you don't know nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyways, but it's very humbling to see that the volunteers, the brotherlyhood of CFI, And there's people that are vested in CFI.
Yeah.
They love CFI. It's kind of like a cult, man.
Coming together and
It's-
making it happen.
It's like a cult, but I love being part of it. And they're going to challenge me. Those folks that bleed CFI, they're going to hold me accountable. And that
I
gets me
promise
excited.
you, this isn't the not to bring up anything negative, but it's not the first time we've interviewed the new guy at CFI. So to be honest with you, I'm personally rooting for you as a board member on the advisory board, and just as a lover of installation and this world and education and just learning. I'm rooting for you. I think you got a bright future with CFI, and you do feel like the great. All right, read it.
So you're gonna have to repeat it. It's when will there be an advanced LVT certification?
When will there be an advanced LVT certification?
Dave, where's Dave?
You know what? I think this is what ended up posing the commercial, the advanced commercial certification. So
yeah, guys, look.
Hey,
Dave, get over here.
Dave, come join us for a second.
But just so the audience knows, guys, I'm in this 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
Be patient with me. But we're gonna get you Dave Garden here. Come on, get in here, Dave.
Come on in, Dave.
Between the couches? You guys everybody likes it when Dave screws up.
Dave, the question was, when will there be an advanced LVT certification?
Well, we have the drawing. We have the drawing for it.
Okay.
That's all set. All right.
When you say drawing, you mean like the framework for it?
We have the frame. It's all set, but it's not all set. It needs to be flushed out. So first we have the module set. We have the problem that we have with it is it's not a traveling show, because you can't do that. You can't do an advanced certification like that you're just sitting in a warehouse, because of the amount of build out for the module itself.
So is this something you envision would happen in Dalton at the facility?
Yes, I envision it in Dalton, because that's where we can build a module that would be more of a permanent type thing. Now, because when you think about it, the wood for that alone, you're looking at $800 worth of wood just to build a module. So if I come into your warehouse and say, hey, let's do this, now you've got to do 8 guys, and then you times that 800 by 8. That's such an investment for a distributor, or that it almost.
Yeah, it sounds like it's better served to be in a central location.
But
so that was an audience question. So I just wanted to. Do you have somewhat of a? We do. We're live. We are live, Dave.
You're live.
Tell Dave I'll go teach.
What's he gonna teach?
He'll go teach the LVT class for you.
He's gonna. Well, Crystal better show him how.
So do you see this as a 2025 thing, or is this it's within it's imminent?
Here's what I see. Fourth quarter this year, we're gonna do the Master 2 again, right? Because we want to do that every other year, but it has to be after our convention, because we have to be able to give out the written test. So what I envision is doing at the same time an advanced LVT, because then you can, when you mix the two, now you've got a nice gathering, and you do that right in Dalton, where we have all the support from those manufacturers, that we actually would like these guys to go through that level. We want to see those guys get introduced to the guys from Shaw, the guys from Engineered, and the guys from, why not?
That's a great like side part of the certificate. I mean, you're right there in Dalton. You got all these new connections you can make as a new certified, especially if you're getting a higher level certification.
Well, you guys know we love Jeremy, right? Because I was really disappointed when he couldn't make our regional, because I think he would have been. Oh yeah. Did you hit that softball? No. You paid somebody though, didn't you? No, Jeremy's got a lot of personality, right?
Yeah.
So you know,
Oh,
a
yeah.
guy like me, I'm attracted to those guys.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like most of us. You look at our installers, man. We live bigger than we are, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we because we got all these ideas in our head, man. We got all these.
Well, you can see the ideas playing out right out there at the
Yeah.
competition, man. That's been
Isn't it
phenomenal to watch.
These guys, these modules this year. We were a little bit worried that they would be a little too tough, but I'm telling you, they can be done in the time actually, and the modules are tougher than they've ever been before.
Well, I'll tell you,
Yeah.
let me give you some feedback from the competitors. Most of them are confident, but like hair of their chin finishing is what they feel.
Oh, good.
So that's a good to me. To me, that shows that it's you got the as the modules are getting tougher and you're getting higher level each year. It seems like it just goes up and up and up, and now you
Well,
get just
here's the thing. It's not easy. They're in a fishbowl. They are
Yes.
in a fishbowl, and the guys that have competed in the past will tell you, we've had a lot of talent here. We've had a lot of talent here, and we've grown. The installers have grown, and all those installers that have done this, they're a part of that building block that has made this what this is. You know, you have to think about this. The first year when you won, we struggled, right? But you turned in a fantastic box. You know, your module was I mean, it was darn near perfect, and that means something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when the carpet that year, when it was all over the place, but the guy who won it really deserved to win it. And heck, we had to tell Chris he couldn't compete anymore. I mean, because but his skill level's that good.
Yeah.
Right? So now we got the rest of them that have. And who's the other one? Scott Zito was the same way. I mean, those guys. I like to say this because we all like to say we're the best installer in the world. I got all the credentials. They have all the skill. All right. It's absolutely true. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Well, it's been fun to watch today, and getting the feedback from the competitors has been insightful to see. You know, they're struggling a bit. They've got some challenges ahead of them. They all recognize, but they all want to win this thing. So that's fun to talk to them and see that fire going.
Yeah, it's not an evil grim when we come up with these plans. But
Yeah.
it sure is fun.
Well, it should be an exciting day tomorrow watching them. I know that might sound funny. If you've never been to TISE, you got to get here. I'm telling you, and just we're not lying. This walkway behind us there is a good 65 foot probably total, and it was 2 deep people watching the installation earlier today for a good couple hours. So like it's incredible to watch an artisan work. Earlier when you said artisan, you know, when you see these people doing their craft at this level, it's fun to watch. And I can't imagine their nerves. I mentioned that to CJ earlier. I was like, can you imagine being down there? Like, I didn't like Daniel's term, the helicopter client, you know, that they're just watching you. I couldn't stand that when I installed. Well, I couldn't stand it. But to be in a fishbowl like that, and being judged on every move you make, and then having to come out with a high quality product at the end of it, it's pretty special. So I'm blessed to be here and happy that you guys could join us.
And look, hey guys, Dave, thank you for all you do here, man. Like this, we
Just
There
kind
you
of
go.
hold it.
we look our team at CFI here. Like, thank you, Dave. I'm he's making me look good here. This guy here. So
Yeah, Dave.
Those guys are making us look good. Right?
but not just Jen and John, like the whole team. I'm very proud to be your leader. So thank you.
Well, we're glad to have one.
Yeah. Amen. Well, I do know you put in a heck of a lot of work to prep everything and get it ready. I know the competitors, you know, appreciate a sturdy wall to power stretch. I seen him pushing it earlier. And so, you know, just like Ralph said, you know, you guys put in a ton of work. I know you said you were here late yesterday, just finishing this stuff up. So, there's a lot of work that goes into all this.
Don Steica.
Don Steica.
Yeah,
He was
Matt
he
Guitar. It's yeah, Ray Knapp, Kelly Huddleston. Without those guys, none of this happens.
Yeah.
All right. None of this happens. And yesterday, Jimmy Salisbury comes by, and I'm going to start dropping all the names because these guys, that's what makes this work.
Yeah.
All right. Not the guy that comes up with a drawing.
Yeah. No, but it takes all of it.
Yeah.
And that drawing is important because that was one of the complications that came up with one of the guys. The drawing showed one thing just a little bit off on a stair, and I was like, isn't that just the way that drawings are? It's just like it's what we run into as an installer every single time is you get this beautiful drawing, you get out to the field, something just a little different than that changes the whole game plan. So that's as part of it. That's right. That's part of it though. So all right, you excited for the rest of this show? And
oh man, today we had 70,000 people, I think, on the catwalk, and at the same time, yeah, it's only 65 feet, so that was great.
Yeah.
No, of course I am.
Yeah.
Of course I am. And the thing about it is, this show is huge, right?
Yeah.
And it really is. And if you are here, you don't get a chance to walk at Tool Alley. Now, granted, I'm an installer, so if I was a retailer, what would I want to do? I'd want to go to Mohawk and Shaw. But I'm telling you right now, if you guys install anything, you don't hit that Tool Alley and go, oh, geez.
Yeah.
Between Roberts, Tracks, Gunlock, man, those guys got it cooking. It's great stuff.
I got excited just seeing a new demo machine over there that I'd never seen. I thought that was something special. So yeah, I know what you're talking about.
A bunch of CFI comments coming in right now.
All right, what you got?
No, it's just they're saying we are CFI.
Yeah.
And that's an
CFI.
Me cry because I tell you what, man, that's what we're all about. And CFI, you guys all know my CFI story. Without CFI, I would never have been able to get as far as I did with the company that Kath and I worked all those years. And I tell you, the lessons that you learn, and not just with your hands, but when you come to convention, you learn how to be a professional person.
Yeah, that was
Right.
mentioned earlier.
And it made a world of difference to me, because let's face it, man, I was an installer who liked my beer.
Yeah.
Right. Somebody had to make me grow up. Right. For me, it was actually a kid, but having a child. But CFI without CFI's mentorship, the mentorship I got from the Walkers and from Gillespie. Yeah, I'll go on with another name drop thing.
Yeah.
But that all happened at CFI.
Jorge. All right, Dave, we're gonna start winding this down, but you got to answer a question. The lights are, they're literally trying to kick us out, but hey, the huddle doesn't quit, baby.
Okay. What's this say? The
Industry involvement important.
Oh, absolutely. I thought this said the Michigan Wolverines were number one. But all right. So is industry involvement important? Absolutely, man. As much involvement as we can get, guys. We lift each other, right? And I don't want to get biblical on you, because all the
preacher.
But God put us here to lift each other up. All right. I'm here on this couch at this time for a reason, just as you are. God put us here to do that, right? And so as we sit here, and anybody in our industry, if we walk away from that part of our mission in our daily lives, we're failing ourselves and we're failing our industry. All right. And that goes for everybody, whether they're sweeping the floors at Mohawk or whether they run Shaw. It doesn't matter who you are. You're here to lift up your coworkers. You're here to lift up the other parts of the industry. So is industry involvement important? Without industry involvement, there's no reason. There's no reason for any of us.
Well, I think that question comes so often because the huddles, we really tried to get as many installers as we can to get to convention, to different trade shows, to get to, TISE and CFI's, FCICA's convention. And we want people to plug in because we just think there's something special about plugging into the industry, getting around a brotherhood of people that want to lift you up to become better. I mean, this dude right here, Jorge, is a prime example.
we should end with Jorge answering a question.
Yeah, Jorge's a prime example of wanting to pull people up. All right, Jorge, last question.
It took him 2 hours to fix his hair this morning. That's it. It was 3
Yeah.
last time.
Here's the thing, you gotta watch what product you use, guys.
That was just in practice.
One time.
All right, guys. So as we're getting ready to close this out, I want to thank our audience. I thanked all of our sponsors earlier, but you guys are what makes this thing go. Keep your comments coming. If you like the podcast, if you don't like the podcast, we don't care. Give us an up or a down on any of the platforms. Make a comment. Let us know what we're doing good. Let us know what we're doing right. If I talk too much, just let me know. And then let us know what we're doing wrong. Give us some suggestions. All right, Jorge's up.
He's selecting.
Oh, man. Oh,
Sorry, I didn't know.
the benefit of getting the last question.
All right. So it's what is your favorite podcast? And oh my god,
We tossed that in there twice.
come
We put it
on.
in twice, and it got.
Oh, okay. Is
Of
there
course it's-
anyone here you hope to meet? They got cut off.
Is anyone here you hope to meet?
Is there
I think
anyone
so.
here that you hope to meet?
Yeah, you know what? I was really interested in meeting the guys that are competing from the UK. I know those guys are doing good stuff out there, and it can only inspire some of us to do some of that work because there's a lot of that stuff that we don't tend to do out here. So I'm really inspired by meeting some of those guys as well.
We are way better than they are.
Shout out to hold up. Shout out to our UK podcast family. Tom and Sarah.
But yeah, at some point, I was very interested in meeting him. I had never met him, and I'm glad I met him because he comes out on a bunch of stuff with a bunch of different tools. So I know that it was somebody I wanted to shake his hand and just give him my name.
We talked to the UK flooring podcast is a few months back about these guys as they were coming in and they said they're I think it was Tom that was saying, yeah, they're good. So sounds like he stood true to his word and we got some good competitors up there from across the pond. So it's been great, guys. Thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks as always for Daniel, Jose. Thank you guys for coming. Jorge, thanks for being here. Ralph, it's awesome to finally meet you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank
you, Mr. Garden.
Yes, gotcha.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gar.
Yeah, don't want Dave to fall again.
All right.
Tune into the Huddle en español. Aquí estamos para ustedes. Cualquier momento, háblenos. Estamos aquí para ayudarles en cualquier momento. So just let us know if you ever need anything. Reach out to us. We have our own personal emails. And I don't have my email info right now because I forgot. It's
Jorge at thehuddle.team.
Jorge at thehuddle.team. Make sure if you have any questions, send them over my way, Spanish, and English, whatever it is.
E também para instaladores brasileiros. Okay? Português.
Portuguese.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Make sure to, if you want to watch this or be on with Jorge, that you actually reach out to him because, man, we love guests. So, all right, guys, we're out.